All right, as always, here's the risk disclosure. Trading futures is risky. Know what you're doing before you do it, and you can lose all your money. Also, this live stream is not financial advice. It is for educational purposes only, and the live stream is not intended to copy my trades. Can y'all hear me now? All right, there we go. Good morning. Jeez. All right. Now we're all set. Yeah, we got some news coming up here at 8:30, so gonna hang tight a little bit. My chart's all good today, so just got to make sure I don't do anything dumb today. Got my dumb moment out of the way yesterday, so how's everybody doing? Yeah, Todd, we've all had them. If you haven't had one of those days, you haven't been trading long enough. We're all humans, so it's bound to happen again at some point. But you know, it's how you react to it afterwards. The main thing. Hindsight. Yep. Should have made my million yesterday. Didn't happen. Yeah, I was looking back, which sucks. That's yesterday was my first losing day of the month. And you know, I was trying to keep up the green days, which if I would have not taken the trade I took, because I probably shouldn't have because the stop was too large, even if I would have taken a loss, you know, I potentially could have had a not red day because I would have had more opportunities. But since my loss took all my risk, you know, then I didn't have any more opportunities to trade and try to make any back. So it's the way it goes sometimes. Oops. Just get my trade copier all set over here. There we go. Okay. All set, ready to go. John, do you have the Lorex detector on your YM? That's probably why. So if you've noticed, I don't have the Lorex detector on my charts anymore. And I can easily flip from YM to NQ with the tabs on the bottom. Oh, you can't see them. Hold on. Let me see. Try to get it. Okay. I have them on the tabs. So I can flip NQ, YM. Oh, crap. I just closed my NQ. Hold on. Let me open that back up. So anyways. Throw 3 days up there real quick. This won't take long to load. Anyways, no. I was clicking too fast. Whenever I took the Lorex detector off of both of my 10 tick charts, man, my charts loaded. I mean, at least 10 times faster. At least. 10 tick. See, I have my templates all saved, so it'll be just a. It won't take that long. Oh, actually, I clicked the template with Lorex detector on it. It looks like, but that's fine. But anyways, yeah. So I took that Lorex detector off of my charts, and it because I know what I can spot a Lorex now without the detector. And that helped a lot. See, it's already loaded. Just about. Tools, option, general, confirm on tab or window close. Hey, thanks, unknown trader. Yeah, I'm going to do that now because. Yeah, there we go. Thanks, unknown trader. Just enabled that option there. Hey, Dan, good morning. Good to see you. Yeah, that's key, Jean. Once you can spot the Lorexes, then. Oh, man, there's the news. Whew. Chart loaded right before the news, thankfully. Let's see.
Double cluster YM. Double cluster NQ.
Let's see if I have. I hope I didn't just load the Lorex detector on here again. Yeah, it has the Lorex detector. That's fine. I just won't save my workspace when I close down today. But also, Jean, I noticed that if I have the Lorex detector on one market, it still loads faster than having it on both markets as well. Hey, Justin. So I use Kinetic for my simplicity data. I mean, it's Kinetic is literally IQ feed. It's just a white label of IQ feed, but it's a lot cheaper, much cheaper.
Potential setup A, setup B on NQ. Potential TX on NQ. Trap orders with exhaustion box on NQ. Setup A, setup B on NQ. Double cluster NQ. Double cluster NQ. Potential OP.
All right, let's see. Let's give it a couple more minutes here till we get out of this dark zone. While we're waiting, I want to show y'all how yesterday was my one red day there of the month. So I didn't take anything on Friday or Tuesday. Wait. Oh yeah, that was last week. So yesterday's one bad mistake messed everything up for me.
Potential TX on NQ. Trap orders with exhaustion box on NQ. Setup A, setup B on NQ. Double cluster YM. Double cluster
Oh yeah,
YQ.
somebody did mention that.
NQ.
The Logitech G Hub. And it started working for you after that, right? Oh, well, yeah, my simplicity charts got my account here, but yeah, I don't take trades from my 10 tick, but thanks for letting me know that, because then if I would have taken a trade, I wouldn't have been able to see my stops or my stop on the chart. So even though I don't enter trades from the 10. Oh, so Kinetic works fine with the Logitech? It's just IQ feed? That must be something with IQ feed's application that you have to open, is what I'm thinking then. Because Kinetic, you don't have to open the app, the application. So maybe that's what's going on with that. Who knows? All right, news didn't do too much. It just had about a nice little drop and back up to where it was trading before already. Not getting much from the 50 tick, just some chopping right now. Makes sense, Jeff. The 30 tick, not getting much. Coming up on a deviation here. Got a couple mini magnet. Not much on the 30 tick either. Nothing I'd really be targeting or anything.
Potential setup A, setup B on NQ.
Down here, the -5 deviation looks like it's been holding as a support for a while.
Exhaustion box on NQ.
That's pretty much where it went down to with the news. But yeah, not really getting much here as far as targets or anything like that. Maybe getting a long. Simplicity long here. Let's see if it breaks and runs. I won't be taking the entry. I'll wait for a pullback. Mainly because we're back at the top here.
Potential setup A.
Back here we had this little pullback, left a ZOI. Made it back up, rejected. Coming back up again. Third try. Could break on the third try. We know the third try usually goes. Third or more. So because I don't want to get stuck in a fake out, I will wait. Because I don't have anything else telling me it's going to go. Like, there's no other signal saying, hey, it's going to run now. So I'm just going to wait. Wait and get the pullback if it does. Because I would have had a, let's see, 82.75. This is another one where it would have been 15-point stop or so. And nothing to really tell me it's going to go. So, morning, Daniel. Go ahead and refresh my dynamic magnets and flux levels since the news about 7 minutes after the news. All right. And that's why I didn't take that simplicity long. There was nothing. It was at the top of that 30 tick and nothing telling me it's going to push through. So there was a long right here, right above the deviation. It was a valid entry. If we look left on the 30 tick, right where price just came down to, look at these level of clusters here. One down there, but here we got 1, 2, 3, 4 on the same level. 4 on the same level. So there's a bit of a fight there, and price came down to it right here. Came back to it just now. So there's a bit of this kind of range right in this area. Really want it to break out of.
Double cluster NQ. Double cluster YM. Potential TX on YM.
See, now the 30 tick, we have double clusters here, potentially laid a mini magnet now at the bottom.
Trap orders with exhaustion box on YM. Double cluster NQ. Potential SLZ on NQ. Double cluster NQ.
Just really waiting for it to clean up some. Give me a clear trend. Good morning. Morning. All right, we're getting a pretty clean little run up. I really want it to break this range we're in, because you see we have this pretty clear top and bottom on the 30 tick. Yeah, it is covering a lot of ground here, but if you look on the simplicity chart, those are big bars to cover 30, 40 points or so. Huge bars. So, I'm not taking a pullback in between there because we got some big bars for it to run up. It's not really clear. Daniel, yeah, I don't take any sniper trades. I just take simplicity and LREs, the pullbacks of simplicity. And that's just because I keep a very, very, very strict money management plan, and it revolves around those. Whereas if I took a sniper, it doesn't fit into my money management plan just because, the loss amount and the profit target. I mean, if I took sniper trades where I was at least targeting a 1-to-1 on it, but those are not always, especially pre-market, those won't always get a 1-to-1. All right, now we're breaking, definitely going long now. Nice long here. Hey, morning Vegas. Yeah, but I mean, there's great sniper trades. Don't get me wrong. It's just how I kind of built my money management plan. All right, now that we broke that deviation, if we pull back to around that deviation, it ran up and hit that rose wall up here, leaving lots of clusters. If we get a pullback to the deviation to test, or this top area where the ZOI is, but see, there's not an LRE there, but around here would be where I would want my pullback. Unfortunately, the LRE right now, the entry would be way down here, which I don't like it going back under the deviation, because then it'd be back into that range, and I don't want it to get in to go long and it gets back in that range and then starts chopping around or head all the way back down. So now simplicity is up here, you can see. So if this bar closes, up here, I may be hopping in. It hit the deviation, so I'm hoping it doesn't come back down into that range area. But I'm in long now.
Potential TX on YM.
I'm at break even. It's hitting that ZOI. I'm going to go ahead and tighten in case if it can't break it, so I can lock in at least 20. There we go. Let's see if we can run up to the ice, or at least that mini magnet. There we go. I'm out. Grab 39 ticks on that one. I liked that it left this ODD here on the 10. I mean, I didn't like that I was in the trade and it came back and tested the deviation, but I liked it came down and laid a paw from the 30 tick right on the deviation. But as long as this didn't break the deviation, I was okay staying in it. Man, I wish I I tightened up because it hit as you can see, it came up and hit the green ice and kind of left this cluster and pulled back. You see this little wick on the 10? I didn't want it to reject right here, so I tightened up. Plus, I was up almost 40 ticks, so I was good. I don't want to be too greedy.
Double cluster NQ.
Yeah, see, Deimos. That was kind of, I was looking at that mini magnet, and if it couldn't break, cool, but it went ahead. See, it laid a cluster there at the mini magnet. That wick came down. That's where it got me. It shot up, which, hey, it's fine. I don't care. That's good. Good for me. Yeah, and like I was saying, as long as this didn't break under the deviation, I was okay with sitting tight in this, because if it broke under the deviation, then it's getting back into that range, and I want out. So that was a nice 39 tick. See, made almost all my profit back from yesterday. Actually, I made all my profit back from yesterday. That was I lost 39 ticks on this 25K account yesterday. I lost 39 ticks. So I made it all back in one trade. The power of money management. You won't believe, first time my orders were left open and went in. Oh, dang, Jean. Hey, that'll work. That'll work. Yeah, see, Damos, power of patience, too. Patience. Waiting. See, you easily could have taken this simplicity long, but I explained why I didn't take it. You could have taken, like, this was technically a simplicity short here, and then you had a pullback, but waiting to get out of that range, just waiting for the breakout. And that's exactly what happened here. Broke out, hit the rose wall, came back to test the top. My favorite trades. Although I wish I would have got in a little bit closer to the deviation, because it did pull back pretty hard. It would have been a little less stressful because it got pretty close to my stop. But, I mean, I really don't get stressed because I accept my risk. If I get in the trade, it's because I'm confident and I accept the risk. Serve and grow. I understand that, because it does take. Man, I'm 3 years into this, and the first 2, I was not profitable at all. A little over 2. And a lot of it was me, but man, there's still things constantly. I put in so much screen time. I'm telling you, I studied everything like if I was going to college or school. And then after that, there was so many hours that I spent just watching charts, not even trading, just to see how it reacted to things. So, yeah, I mean, I put in a lot of time for sure.
Double cluster NQ.
So now, because I want to profit. My profit target is 40 to 50 ticks a day. So I'm at 39. If I get a no-brainer type deal, I'll take it. But this is one of those tough spots for me, because my target really is at least 50 ticks for the day. But I've always said if I get at least 40, then I'll call it for the day. But for example, on that trade, let's say I didn't get stopped out here. And let's say I got stopped out, like I targeted the rose wall or whatever, and I got stopped out there. And let's say I was up, I don't know, 80 ticks. I don't know what that difference is. I don't feel like calculating. But let's say I was up 80 ticks total. Well, now, if my target is 40 to 50, let's say 50, that means I have a overage of 30 ticks, right? Because I'm at 80. I would be at 80 profit, and my target's 50. So I have an overage of 30. I only risk 15 to 20 per trade. So that means I technically could take one more trade and it lose and still be at my profit target for the day. So that's usually what I go off of if I'm going to take more trades, is if I have an overage. In this case, I don't have an overage. I have 39 ticks, which it's so close. I usually am okay stopping at 40. So technically, by my rules, I should be done for the day because I didn't get any overage. Because if I lose my next trade, I'm at 19, depending if I risk 20 or 15, I'm at 19 to 24 ticks profit on the day, which is still good profit, but 39 is better. Yeah, C demos. Per my rules, I should stop. Just lock in my profits. But part of me is wanting to bring this account back up to 25K, but that's breaking my rules. I can't do that. Can't break my rules. I'm actually just happy that I recovered yesterday's dumbness that I had. So I'm only down 145 on the account. My max loss ticks for the day is 30 to 40. And I have 30 to 40 and 40 to 50. The reason why I don't have I say it that way is because when I take a simplicity entry, I risk 20. I don't want to risk more than 20. If I'm taking an LRE entry, I'm risking 15. So if I take 2 LREs for the day and they both lose, then I'm done for the day and I risked 30 ticks. If I take 2 simplicities and they both lost and I risked 20 each, then I'm out with 40. So it's 30 to 40. And then my profit target is 40 to 50. So I definitely want at least a minimum of a 1-to-1 and preferably more.
Double cluster YM.
Yeah, serve and grow. I do live every morning at about, I trade pre-market only, so I'm usually on about 8:10 to 8:15 in the morning Eastern time, and I go to about 9:15 to 9:20. That's whenever I'm usually getting off. But yeah, I get that, what you're saying. I mean, they have a layout with the boot camp and everything. It teaches the snipers. But a lot of what I learned was plugging in, talking to Daryl when he was in the elite room, Lori, the mentor groups, Lori. I basically went to Lori a couple years ago and was like, I just want to learn to read the market the way you do. So she's like, well, send me every single screenshot you can take, every trade you take, everything, and and she pretty much took me under her wing and did that. So that's how I learned. But I pushed the issue, I pushed it and basically wouldn't go away until I learned how to read these charts. Let's see. More high impact news tomorrow. Great. If you were very close to passive evaluation, like, would you go to micros? No, I only go to micros if I'm like $20 away or something, like very close. If I'm 100 to 150 away from passing evaluation, I still just trade normal with my regular mini. But if not, yeah, if I'm like a few dollars, $5, $10, $20, something like that, then I'll go do some micros to get it. Daniel, I don't have a specific win rate that's required. It's just I have a very, very specific detailed money management plan. And that basically creates the win rate. So I want to point this out real quick, though. We have a simplicity short and 50 tick potential breakout bar. We have 4-bar chop with a breakout bar. But I want to note this, though. If this breakout bar happens, we're going right back into that range that we were in. So I'd be cautious going back into it. But if it does go back into it, it could clear up. I mean, it could run all the way back to the bottom. But going into it, I'd be careful of chop, especially as it gets to this deviation here. There may be a little bit of a fight to push back into it or not. So I'd be careful. And as you can see, lots of ZOIs happening here. So it could get a little choppy in this area now. I'd just be a little careful. But yeah, I'm not going to take another trade. I'm just going to roll with my 39 ticks because it's right there close to my target. But I could show you, look, for February. I mean, if I follow my rules are very simple. It's no more than 3 trades in a day. If I have a net, I want at least 40 to 50 ticks profit or more. And I'm not taking more than two winners. If I get it in 1 winner, great. If it takes me 2 winners, then 2 winners will get me there. I never take a third. Loss, 2 net losses, and I'm done. Or 3 total trades. For example, if I have a loss, a win, and then whatever happens on the next trade, whether it wins or loses, I'm done. And that's my rules. Like, I'm very stuck to those. And by doing that and taking the good entries, you'll get a good win rate. So like this is for the month, Wednesday 100%, but see 1 win. Here 50%. 1 win, 1 loss, 67%. 2 wins, 1 losses. Now, if you see 4, that's because I would have broke even, had some break even trades. And sometimes, you have I always, my break even, it's like a 1 tick profit. So, and sometimes you'll get like a 1 tick loss or whatever, depending on your break even. But here, 100%. Yesterday, 67%. So, but that 1 loss was a big one. Oh, because I had a break even, or before I had a break even. Yeah, the power of these range breaks and deviations that line up with the 50 tick bar chop. Yep. And break. Now, as you can see, it is, look here at the simplicity. See, it came down, hit the paw, went sideways a bit. Now it's breaking. We have the breakout bar. It could go. The breakout bar closed and it busted through the deviation. So, but it could go now, maybe. But there's still nothing on the 30 tick. I also like to look, on the 30 tick. Is there something telling me it's going to push through? Like if it would have laid a mini magnet up here somewhere, that would have told me, okay, now it really is going to push through. So, and I do like to take ranges from the top to bottom too. So like, it wouldn't be a bad idea to go short if it pulled back to the deviation either. Because we have a short, couldn't bust, broke through, and then pull back, and it'll probably test this. And then depending on what's there, it could go short. Like we have HD on the 10 tick now. Although if it lays this mini magnet on this wall, I wouldn't like to come back through it, even though it's on the 10. But we have a lot of HD. See, it may not even make it back up there, but yeah, I normally finish before the open. I mean, I always end before the open. That's just my schedule right now. Kind of sucks. I wish I could trade the open. I'd make a lot more and do a lot better if I could trade the open. But and that's why I have to have a lot of patience pre-market, because there's not always great setups pre-market. But yeah, just my schedule right now, so I have to hop off before the open. Yeah, so I'm technically, yeah, because I work through, I'm in real estate and the investment lending side. So I'm always going to be, because that's my thing too. I'm in real estate. So real estate investing, all that good stuff. So once I spend my day doing that. So I have to head out of here, go into the office, and, but trading is what's basically what I do. My goal is trading profits, to use profits to purchase passive assets to create passive income, basically. So I'll always be, because real estate's my thing, I'll always be in real estate. Yeah, Daniel, I don't trade ES because it's just way too slow for me. Especially pre-market, since I have to trade pre-market right now. Man, ES is just, and Simplicity was not really ever built for ES. It was mainly built for NQ, and I so happen to find that YM works pretty good for Simplicity too. You just have to have smaller targets, because obviously it doesn't produce as many ticks and go as far as NQ. But yeah, so ES, I mean, you could trade ES if it was after the open. I mean, I've seen a lot of great trades, but after the open, pre-market, it's usually just way too slow. See, like YM, even YM pre-market Simplicity is just, I mean, look at this. It's not great. There's been times I've traded YM pre-market really good, and it's worked out really good. But those are the times when NQ, I don't know if y'all have been around to see it, where NQ is just extremely wild, like extremely wild. Then YM is good whenever NQ's like that. No, for YM it's VXD, I believe. Yeah, VXD. See, and I wouldn't have taken this LRE pullback because, I mean, the nice thing is it was coming off of the Paul, but anytime the Simplicity gets sideways like this, I'm out. I like straight pullbacks. Straight down, straight pullback, clean. Like this broke down, chop, 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 sideways, 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 pull back a little bit, and then go. Which some people take those. It's still valid, but I don't like it because I just found the probabilities, they just work out a lot better whenever it's clean. Straight down, straight pullback, straight down again. We have a nice little ZOI crash here. This is a nice little short sniper right here. With this crash, it's a Lorex. I guess a partial Lorex. Well, and a SLZ. We have some low impact news at 9:15. I'm not sure if that'll do anything to the market, but it's there. Yeah, Justin, exactly. Extra slow for sure. ES is extra slow. Plus, whenever I started March 2020, like right when COVID was coming out, or when everybody was realizing what was happening with COVID, and the markets were just nuts. So I actually learned sniper on ES because ES was basically like NQ right now as far as speed. That's how crazy it was. And it was nuts. And so I learned, and then finally months later, NQ became tradable again. And then we kind of crossed over to NQ, and that's where I started learning everything on NQ. But then whenever the ES got to normal, I was like, "Oh my god, this is crazy!" Because I was used to trading with speed, like that's how I learned. So then ES got to its normal speed, and I was just like, I don't know, I don't know how to do this. And my patience sitting in a trade, oh man, if I've got to sit in a trade for minutes, if it's not moving, like I could sit in a simplicity trade. Because it's moving, it's going, it's doing something. But if I'm sitting in an ES and it's there for minutes and I'm still like only moved a couple ticks, that makes me like, come on. Makes me nervous.
Potential setup A, setup B on NQ. Potential TX on NQ.
So another thing too on this last, so we have this crash here, right? And it did make a newer low, pulled back up to here. But look how tight the simplicity lines are. And it pulled back to where that cluster is on the 30. But if you notice on the 10 tick, when it's trying to pull back, it kind of had this here, pulled back here. So you probably would have been in, if you took a short there, around this area. But I want to note that, see, it broke its pattern. Because he was making lower lows. But here, it didn't come back and make a lower low. Instead, it made a higher low. And then it went higher here. So it broke its pattern. So I don't like that unless there's something really strong here to tell me it's going to go back down, which there wasn't. No setup, no strength, nothing on the 30. So because it broke a pattern, I wouldn't have liked that LRE. Because it technically was an LRE, and there was still a lot of what sideways. That's like one of my number one rules. I don't take sideways. When simplicity's sideways, I don't like taking anything because even though it did break lower, it still was just kind of choppy and sideways here. And that ZOI crash was just right below also.
Potential OP rejection on NQ.
Now, if we get a short underneath this crash, I'd still want something to tell me it's going to push through, but see, we got to reset here on simplicity. And if we get a short underneath this crash, then we may have clear range down to this flux level. But it has to be under this crash. It has to be under this crash here. Because technically, it just gave a short. So since the short entry isn't where I'd want it, I'd wait for this to break the crash, pull back to the crash, and take a short off of it. And probably target, because this 550 level has been pretty strong too. As you can see, there's a flux level on it.
Double cluster NQ. Potential TX on NQ.
So we have that low impact news now. See if anything happens. Still not getting a clear signal either saying that it's going to go through, because I was hoping up here it'd leave a mini magnet or something to push off the deviation, but it didn't. So maybe if it can bust through and pull back, then lay like a mini magnet or something on that pullback on this ZY crash to indicate it'll keep going down. That'd be nice. Because right now, right here, we're about to be at the bottom of the 50 tick bar, which is right under that ZY. So you got to be careful that it doesn't just stop here and then come all the way back up. So I'd wait for the LRE. It is trying to leave a paw there, though. It's better than nothing. I prefer a mini magnet, but it's leaving a paw. There it goes. There we go. Now I would want an LRE off this COI. The COI paw area. It's a nice level. It got within 2 points. But I wait for it to pull back a little bit. I want price to pretty much come back and touch it. even if you targeted from there to the wall, that's 10 points right there. So right there, I'd be in for an LRE short. I like that one. See if that area holds up. Depends on your entry too, if you took this. Because it did bust up a little bit. So it depends on where you got in. If you got in around the Paul, it would have got really close to your stop, but it's pushing down to the wall ZOI down there. $69 to $60. Depending on entry, there was a good 7 to 9 points on that. Still think it should come down to this ZOI wall. Right in here. There it goes. Hit the ZOI. Did anybody get that one? Depending on where you would have entered that, 67, it could have gotten really close to your stop. If you got in early, it probably would have hit your stop. I liked that one, though. I kind of wish I took it, but I can't break my rules. Dang, it might just go straight down to that flux where I thought it would. 12,569. Nice. That's great. Yep, right down to the flux. Man, I really wish I would have taken that one, but I can't break my rules. Dang it. 69. Oh, yeah, that's a good entry right there. Right at that cluster. 69. It only got up to 71. So you were only in 2 points in a losing position. So no pressure at all on that. Got this little coil chop here, but yeah, if I was in there, I would have left it at break even and let this thing run at least down to this wall. But then it just flew down to the flux. So that was a nice one. Awesome, James. That's a great one. I really like that one. Yeah, David, discipline is key. As much as I liked that one and I wanted it, if it would have lost, that's the thing. You got to look at it you can't look at it because it won. I got to look at it as if I would have taken it and it would have lost, how would I feel? And I would have felt pretty bad. Especially towards the end of my trading session, I would have said, man, why did I take that? I shouldn't have taken it. I should have followed my rules. And that feeling sucks. So I'd rather have the feeling I have now, where I had a good trading session, got one nice, great trade for 39 ticks versus, the other. So, all right, y'all. It is 9:23, so I'm going to hop off of here. Thanks for joining in. Hope y'all got some of these trades. Two good trades. 2 good trades today. So I will be back tomorrow. For those of you that are still going to be trading after the open, I actually don't see any really high impact news. A couple low impact news at 10 and 10:30. But other than that, hope y'all have a great day. And as always, trade well. I'll see y'all later. Take care.